What up, cappers, gamblers, punters, hustlers, low baggers? Thank you for watching Sportsbook Review. This is the Jimmy the Bag Show live at the Dog and Bear, 1100 Queen Street West. And what a show we have for you guys. NBA is back in action. We have an NHL card, 8 games on the NHL card. But most importantly, we have Keith Pedro joining us, one of the stars of the Nubian Disciples of Pryor. Just was showcased on Kevin Hart's LOL network. Just for Laughs veteran, one of the funniest comics in the country easily. And he will be joining us on the second half of this show. I can't wait to have him on. We're going to be talking all things basketball. Perfect timing with the NBA All-Star break over. And time to cap some action. Shout out to all the cappers in the chat. Dan Kelly already down to business with first quarter Chicago Bulls -1.5. I'm going to have to talk quick here because we've got a lot of games to cap. 14 on the docket in NHL and NBA. And I've already got a little of the gold right here to celebrate having Keith Pedro on the show with me. I'm very excited. Ayers in the house, liking Giannis over 12.5 boards. Spencer Dinwiddie over 21.5 points. I've already made one move on a total. I've made a move on the Pistons over. Pistons Bucks over. It was 224, 224.5. I got it for show purposes at 224, but while I was making the bet, my book moved it from 224.5 to 225, so I had to settle for a 225. There's Canadian Capper 72 in the house. Shout out to Canadian Capper 72. With an honorable mention to our guy Alex Ramirez, star of the Spidey play of the day. Alex Ramirez had abs in regulation and Colorado Dallas parlay, but Canadian Capper 72 is our Vegas Gun Award winner for capping excellence yesterday. 6-2, 2+ money line dogs. He had the Rangers Blackhawks over. He had Dallas. He had Boston -1.5, which was a loser. He had Boston Edmonton under, which I was on. That was my only winner of the day yesterday. Thank God I added that on the show. Not of the day, because I did tail the taint play of the day. We're going to talk about taint here in a second. Florida, Anaheim over. And Minnesota Wild to take out the Knuckleheads. That's Canadian Capper 72. Shout out to you. Congratulations, Canadian Capper 72, our Vegas Gun Award winner for capping excellence. All right. I'm also wearing my Pete Loshak shirt. Lodels, Loshak, the legend, Loshak. We're hammering this card today, and I'm pumped up. There's Liberty Finder in the house. Drewski 902. Peter Lucas, Paul Costa. Danny Menlo, Billy Boxer, not applicable. Slats 45 that hit 2-team parlay Pens. Stars second night in a row. Lost Bruins OT and Ducks 2-team parlay night. Pens and Caps. Got early at +220 over the score when it comes out. I like it. Slats 45. I came so close to taking the Capitals -1.5. So close. And I did not. I've made 3 plays in NHL, 1 play in NBA. We'll talk about more action here in a second. Ski Profit in the house. Ski perfect timing. Our guy Ski Profit ready to get to work with us. Series business. Mr. Goakser. Kevin Garrett says congrats on the new show. Jimmy, been a while. Shift work sucks. Thank you for joining us. Kevin Garrett. Doug Barnhouse. Von Post says, Jimmy, are you paying attention to the horses this weekend? Yes. Now that we are in Derby prep time, I'm paying very close attention to the horses, extremely close attention to the horses. Basically what I focus on during the weekend. There's Phil 9 ready to go. Ayers saying Auburn is a team full of clowns. There's Matt Randall with the taint play of the day winner, and I needed it. Because I lost about 4 bills in NHL last night, so to get one back felt good, and thank you for that American -4. But that is not the big news about Matt Randall. The big news is that Matt Randall, our Matt Randall, will be live here at the Dog and Bear Friday, March 6th. He's going to be here. We're going to be drinking, and he can drink. The man knows how to drink. So he'll be rolling with us here at the Dog and Bear Friday, March 6th. Matt Randall live on the Jimmy the Bag Show. Love it. Also, big news, Cleveland Browns offensive tackle. Federal drug charges, 157 pounds of marijuana in his rented vehicle. He also had paid an Uber driver to drive him from LA to Texas. The Uber driver would not take the rap. And there you have it, 157 pounds of weed in his car. All right, there's my guy Phil 9 ready to go. Nilo ready to go, saying Penguins all the way. I didn't make a move there. No worries, Nilo. There's Canascat, unbelievable. Q Peso says, Que pasa, low baggers. Hey, Swaz. Joaquin Foster said, Jimmy, I need a 14 parlay. Let's find that for you. There's Alex Ramirez. Great job, Alex, last night. Again, Connor McLaughlin, Dominic Lara, Ron Fig, Rye Cape. What a group. JD Sportsnut, Corey Mack in the house, Ill Wise, Viper X. What a great group. Jim Rome's a douche, ready to get to work. Bill McHugh, Gerald Jones, Brian Watson, like an Oscar -4. Ixnizzle 420. Guillermo Zertucci, Justin Grammer, Lenny Jean-Louis, not applicable. What a group. Thankful to roll with you guys. Let's get to work. There, J Money is money. Look, NBA is back, and we got the heavyweights in the chat. Respect. Thank you for joining us. J Money is money. All right. Let's go right now. Get to work right now. We're going to start with NHL, and my NHL record took a beating last night. Rafa, could you pop it up? A 1-3 day, very, very disappointing. Man, I'm still sitting. I'm down 5.32 units on the season. 2.57% ROI, negative, not good. There's Christopher Carter, there's Anthony Ivory, Nasty Nate, Ryan Sparks. All right, let's get to work right now. My first play, we're going to put the best odds page on the planet, Sportsbook Review odds page. Right now, sbrodds.com, sportsbookreview.com, SBR odds page. Also, if you like the content, please like and subscribe and hit the link at the bottom of the screen. Hit that link, www.sbrvideo.com/thebag. That will take you to our best sportsbooks page, and that is a way you can help me out. There's Griffin Spencer's. How about those Canucks ruin my 4-game parlay? I don't like hearing that. There's Kevin Riley ready to get to work, and that is what we need to do right now. Is hammer this NHL card. We got to be fast because I do want to talk NBA. 6 games on the NBA slate, 8 in NHL. Let's get to work right now in NHL. Penguins, Leafs. I came close to taking the Penguins. I came very close to taking the Penguins. Instead, I took the under 6.5, and the over 6.5 is getting touched right now. Had I have waited, I would have got a better line. A 5-cent better line. I pounced as soon as this came out. It was only out on 2 books, Bovada and Bet365. Well, and I pounced. I probably should have waited. Could have got a plus line. So it's a home and home, right? The Penguins beat up the Maple Leafs in Pittsburgh 5-2. That was the front end of a home and home. They beat up on the Leafs 6-1 November 16th at Pittsburgh. That's what they do. They beat up on the Leafs. And Keith has called out these Leafs. Are they going to play again with no emotion? There's my guy Lamont Williams in the house. Christopher Carter ready to work. Rod Zawacki ready to go. Picked up 2 puppies yesterday. Went to get 1. Much love to you. Look. Are the Leafs just going to keep getting beaten up here? That's the question. Do they have any heart whatsoever? They've looked terrible 2 games in a row. They've looked terrible against the Penguins all season. I had to, and Matt Randall says, Jansen, if you're close to Toronto, make the trip March 6th, please join us. Yes, we're going to have a big gathering here Friday, March 6th with Matt Randall coming up from Kentucky to roll with us. Crosby's returned from sports hernia surgery January 14th. Since then, the Penguins are 13 for 42. That's 31% in 13 games with the man advantage. That changes everything. I mean, you have a 21.9% power play during the season. It's about an 18%, 17% power play without Crosby in the lineup. Crosby comes up, and they start rolling, and the Leafs penalty killing is terrible. I know why you guys are all backing the Penguins again, and Malkin wasn't even in that game. Malkin wasn't even in the game on Tuesday. But home and homes, they breed contempt. They breed anger. I think the Leafs are going to play tougher. And the most confident look I could drop was the Penguins under 6.5. There's Hail to the Victors joining us. Daryl Lyles in the house as well. Hail to the Victors says, Jimmy, did I tell you Creighton outright or not? You did. Hail to the Victors. Respect. All right, Penguins under 6.5 and minus 110. Grab it now while you can get a plus line. The Leafs are going to play angry, and they're going to do whatever they can to stay off the penalty kill. I just feel like that's the spot. I understand you guys making a move here. Kevin Riley's, thank you. Says, love your show, Jimmy. You've been listening for 2 to 3 months. Thank you for joining us. Kevin Riley. Penguins under 6.5. That's my first look. Let's keep rolling. Next up, Sharks, Devils. I told you guys, the Sharks are going to be an under team because they're not going to be scoring on the power play anymore, and their penalty killing is still very good. Even since Carlson's left the team with that broken thumb, their power play is dropping, but their penalty killing is still strong, 85.9%. Who's playing better than Mackenzie Blackwood right now? Probably nobody. So you have the Devils goaltending very strong. You take a sniper off of their team. So Blake Coleman traded to the Lightning, and Andy Green, their captain, gone. I love these unders. And I'm making a move on the under 6. You can get a minus 101. There's been a 5-cent move towards the over here. That does not concern me. I got the under 6 at minus 105. That's my move on Sharks Devils. Under 6, minus 105. I hope it's Martin Jones in that. If it's Martin Jones and Mackenzie Blackwood, Martin Jones coming off that shutout needs to build confidence. William Pugh in the house. Thank you for joining us. William Pugh says Penn's murder the Heartless Buds. I hear that, Will. I hear that. That's all we've seen all year. That's all we've seen all year. I faded them in Pittsburgh. I was like, do they show any heart here? Now they have to show something, don't they? Paul Costa, Wilder by KO plus 140. Big Wilder Fury fight on Saturday. We're going to be talking about more and more and more. All right, let's keep rolling right now. Next up, Canadians Capitals. I came so close to taking the -1.5 with the Capitals, but why? Why would I? I know the Habs are playing without Gallagher, but why would I when the Capitals have done nothing? They lost 4 of their last 5, 6 of their last 9. So their last game was, Monday, right? Monday night in Vegas. Ovechkin doesn't have a point in 5 games. You don't think they went out and got hammered up in Vegas that night? Show up hungover like crazy on the airplane, fly back. Why are they going to turn it around right here? I want to see them turn it around. I want to see them turn it around before I make a move, and it's that simple. I do like to back a team after a terrible road trip that comes home, but coming home after a partying in Vegas, I just can't do that. Mr. Gokster says I would think that they would go with Jones after that shootout, Jim. I hope so, Mr. Gokster. And Michael Jenkins in the house. Shout out from Pennsylvania, Jimmy. I love it. Carlos Post says, my Capitals bounce back tonight. Yeah. Canadian Capper says, lean Washington -1.5, but there's not much value there. Let's take a look right now at the value on the -1.5. If we were to take it with the Capitals, we have 17 minutes here before we're joined by easily one of the funniest comics this country's ever produced, Keith Pedro in the house. Let's take a quick look at what we're dealing with here on the -1.5. Plus 130 still, plus 125 if you want it. They need to show me something. And if they don't show me something, I'm going to comfortably stay off at this point. And the more we talked about this spot, it's not making me pull the trigger. Capitals playing without Kuznetsov. Ovechkin without a point in 5 games. I'm off of it. Matt Randall says, Jimmy, my best friend in the world's in the chat. Ryan Sparks. Great UFC capper. Ryan Sparks, any friend of Matt Randall, star of the Taint Play Today, is a friend of ours. Respect. Thank you so much for joining us. Ryan Sparks in the chat. Love it. Okay. Peter Lucas making a move on North Alabama -13.5. Going to copy and paste that action right there. DX Filer did take Washington -1.5 and plus 130. I get it, but I don't want to be involved. And I thought after I talked it out, maybe I would jump on. That's not the case. Let's keep rolling. We have a big NBA card we've got to touch on as well. Next up, Flyers, Blue Jackets. I told you that the Blue Jackets would no longer be an under team, but they're not scoring at all. So this is another home and home. The home and homes breed contempt. I know everybody looking at this card first off thought, how do I not back the Flyers? How do I not back the Penguins? But it doesn't quite work like that on home and homes. Dana Delp says, NBA, baby, let's go. We're very, very soon. We're very close. Maurice Hooker asking about Ohio State plus 2.5. Q Peso liking Ohio State there, plus 2.5. Maurice, Q Peso, our guy Q Peso, father of Lobagalin, is on the plus 2.5. Carter Hart, I don't think Merzlikins will be between the pipes. He's still listed. I don't expect him to. Second half of a home and home. Philadelphia beats up on Columbus in Philly, 5-1. Philly took 15 shots in the win. Philly didn't play well. It's just Columbus played so badly. And Gin Rummy not liking that fishy price on the Caps. Not liking that fishy price on the Caps. They got to prove they can. Like when we took Philly as a nice favorite against Columbus, Philly's rolling. They were 9-4-1 after the win. They're 10-4-1. We've talked about Konechny rolling all season. Now they have Claude Giroux, who we were waiting on all year. Claude Giroux now has, 11 points in his last 6 games, 3 goals, 8 assists. Carter Hart, 3-1-0, 2.03 goals against average this month. And with all that said and done, Canadian Captain says, love the Flyers here. Also love the Pens. I think it does repeat results here, not overthinking things. I do not want these 2 road teams. I do not want these road teams. DX Filer saying Vegas flu is the only angle to not like the Capitals at the price they're on. All right. And Mr. Gokster saying Corpusalo is in Cleveland on a conditioning stint. Should be back soon. Thank you for the heads up there, Mr. Gokster. All right, let's keep rolling along now. We have Jets, Senators. The Senators have been undervalued at home all season long. And here they are in another situation where they're getting no love, and they're playing well at home. Does that mean I want to back the Ottawa Senators? Not a chance. But there's been an 11-cent move towards them. Jets open up at -142. They're now at -131. Hellebuck, Holberg, Jets 75.7% penalty killing can't be abused by the Senators' power play. Dylan DeMello was traded by the Senators to the Jets on Tuesday, so he'll be in this game, just in the other dressing room. Jets coming off 6-3 win at home over the Kings. Senators won their second straight game Tuesday, beating the Sabres 3-1-0 in their last 4 games. I'm comfortable staying off of this. Peter Lucas also on, and Rod Zawacki, Flyers puck line. Flyers puck line. And Mr. Gokes are thinking that, Kuznetsov should be back tonight. Look, I'm going to back the Capitals in situations, but I want them to get right first before I do. And Alex Ramirez is not scared. Spidey play of the day, Blues money line, Capitals money line. 2 looks for Alex Ramirez. Spidey play of the day is in. Going to copy and paste that right now. Going to copy and paste Peter Lucas's Northern Iowa. Okay, got it all. Here we go. Let's lock it in. Lock it in right now. Book it. All right, beautiful. Let's keep rolling along. Let's keep hammering this NHL card. Next up, Lightning Golden Knights. I had my guy message me. My guy Sal messaged me saying, do we take the over 6 right away? It's going to turn into a 6.5 in Tampa Bay Golden Knights. And even though that play made sense, I did not pull the trigger. And now we see all 6.5s. There still is a 6 at Intertops. I'm interested to see if the Lightning slip up here. They win their 11th game in a row, their franchise record winning streak on Kucherov's breakaway goal at 3:03 in overtime against the Avalanche. They didn't outplay the Avalanche. Avalanche outplayed them. They've won 6 straight on the road, and then they roll into Vegas feeling good about themselves. You know what happens when you roll into Vegas feeling good about themselves. I like the Knights here, but I'm not going to get in the way of Tampa Bay unless I get rewarded for doing it. And Holtby starting, says Mr. Gokster. Very, very interesting. Very, very interesting. We have a road dog parlay coming in from Mark Unkefer. I'm going to lock that in right now. A road money line parlay locked in from Mark Unkefer. His plays of the days have been cashing. All right. Let's take a look at this now. Coyotes, first period, plus 146. Nice. Astute Chaos is rolling with me on that Milwaukee Pistons over. I love that. Going to copy and paste that. Love hearing that. Astute Chaos. Gathering all your action. Paul Costa says Blues -1 all day. Sure. But the Coyotes are playing for their playoff lives. They went into Dallas. They didn't get the job done. They lose 3-2, but they outshoot the Stars 41-33. I expect them to come out firing. Also, it's been said that the new pickup, Marco Scandella, is going to be getting like Bouwmeester's spot on that number 1 lockdown line for the St. Louis Blues. That's not going to be easy, and maybe they figure that out soon. And Mr. Gokes is saying Dylan also going for Washington coming from San Jose. He is. Dylan is also there. Blues snapped a 5-game winning streak, beating up the Devils 3-0 on home ice. That was just their 3rd victory in 13 games. I love getting this big plus line for the Coyotes first period of plus 146. Let's quickly see what I would get if I made that move right now. We're going to move over to that right now. First period, if I made the move on this first period. Oh, no, I got to go to money lines. Here we go. First period, money line on the Coyotes. I wouldn't get a plus 146 anymore. I feel like on the second half of back-to-backs, when a team loses after they outplay their opposition, they're going to come out firing. And when Rick Tockett's in their ear screaming at them, they're going to come out firing. There's a big plus 146 money line I've got on the Coyotes first period, and I am taking it. Coyotes, 82.8% penalty killing, can slow down that Blues vaunted power play. It's 24.3%, and the Coyotes need to get to work offensively. Ranta did not play last night. It was Aiden Hill. Ranta, 4-2-1 with a 1.85 goals against average, 943 save percentage. I'm on the Phoenix Coyotes first period. Canadian Capper says, I want to be the first Vegas gun. 2-day back-to-back winner. Can't stop, won't stop. Love it, Canadian Capper. Canadian Capper out of Windsor, Ontario. Respect. Paul Costa says, what's the move in the NBA, bro? Let's talk about it. I stayed off of Lightning Golden Knights. I can understand people jumping on the over 6. I stayed off of that game. Then we have Panthers, Kings. I don't trust the Panthers, but they do seem to be playing a little better right now on this California trip. Will they take out the Kings? Do you want them as a road favorite? I don't, but I understand why people would. 2-0 on their current 5-game West Coast trip. The Kings keep getting stripped of players. Tyler Toffoli gone to the Knuckleheads. Martinez now gone to Vegas, right? Alec Martinez moved over to Vegas. I'm staying off this game. I do not trust these Panthers. I'm staying off this game. There's Tata Booker in the house. Thank you for joining us, Tata. Love seeing you here in the chat. And there you have it. 3 plays, no additions. I thought I might make some additions. I have not. Under 6.5 in the Penguins-Leafs game. Under 6 in the Sharks-Devils game. And Coyotes first period plus 146. And the taint is in. I just heard that the taint is in. Let me try and find it here. I'm going to need to see it again. I'm going to need to see the taint again. I've missed it. I've missed it. Nilo said, I love how in the hot climate of Costa Rica you drink tea and warm water. Here you drink cold beer. Yeah, it's the game's changed. We're in a bar. We're in a bar. Game's changed. All right, let's get that paint play today hammered at me again. I don't have time. We got to move on to NBA. I need to know what it is because I will tail it. And Rod Zawacki, 10-star play of the day, South Alabama +3. We have South Alabama +3. I will copy and paste that. Let's move on to NBA. Sort of around what we've done for the last 3 years. We're beating NBA, but we're not destroying it. Rafa, could you pop up my NBA record, please? Let's take a look at where it stands right now. NBA overall, I'm up 5.71 units on the season. That's a 3.07% ROI. We're 99 and 87 with an average line of -108. It's been good. NBA's been good, as it has been the last 2 years, but not great. Let's make it great. We've got some great cappers in the chat right now. Let's get after it. Right now, we're going to start with the first game I made a move on. That's the over 224 at -115 in the Bucks Pistons. Oh, we got the spreadsheet plays coming in from Ron Crawford. Lightning and Capitals. Lightning and Capitals. All right, Sammy B saying cold beer is great for you. Thank you, Sammy B. Thank you. Thank you for the support. There's my guy Trot Wham in the house. OG Wham. And there's the team play today. MSU, Nebraska under 153.5. Going to copy that right now. Not applicable says Jimmy should stick with basketball. Look, the last 2 years, I was up over 70 units in NHL in front of you guys. So, it's not all going to be glorious. We don't just ditch a sport because it's been a tough run for 3 months. All right, let's stick together. Let's work on this card. We've got 6 games. We've got 7 minutes before we're joined by Keith Pedro. So let's get through this. Over 224 -115, Milwaukee, Detroit. I look at this new Detroit lineup right now. Without Drummond, without Reggie now playing in Los Angeles, could get himself a ring. Blake Griffin out for the year. I take a look at the offense that, we got Knight coming out of nowhere to say he wants to play in the NBA. We know what he does. He plays at a fast pace. Derrick Rose completely running the show. We got Sekou in the middle. He plays at a much faster pace than Drummond. I think that the Pistons, who have the slowest pace in the NBA over the last 5, just 91.98 possessions a game. That's 16 less possessions a game than they're getting than the Milwaukee Bucks. I think that they can get this over. I understand why it's going up. Let's see if it's still going up. I'm moving over to NBA. Oh, let's see what Ski Profit is saying. Bucks and over. Nice. He's backing Bucks and over. I am just making a move on the over here. Let's move over it. Basketball, NBA. Also, subscribe, hit that link at the bottom of the screen. That would be a big favor to us. www.sbrvideo.com/thebag. All right, let's see what we're talking about. Spreads and totals. Let's roll through this card fast. First up, Milwaukee, Detroit. There's 226s now. Bookmakers at 226 at -110. I got it at 224 at -115. About 5 minutes after I got it over 224 -115, a bookmaker went to -129. They were still not moving it to the 224.5, 225. That's now up 2 points. Bucks beat up the Pistons. That's what they do, right? They swept them in the playoffs last year. They swept them in the regular season last year. They beat up on them the first 2 times they've met them this year. But this is a different Pistons team. And you take some of the guys that have been in this locker room sad, you get them off the bench, you give people like Brevin Knight a chance to get his career back. Maybe they speed things up. There's A. Hilly in the house. Carlos Bro says a lot of unders after the long layoff. I don't know. I'm very uncomfortable making moves on what we presume the pace is going to be after a break. The reason why I like this over is because we know the Bucks are going to be running, and I think this new-look Pistons team will not be a 91.98 possessions a game team. All right, let's keep rolling. Von Burgess says Pistons trash. We have Daryl Lyles on Arizona State +2. Alex Guerrero in the house with some sharp action, some soccer action. All right, love seeing you. Let's go. Let's make moves. King Weasel saying my book is offering 76ers at -3.5, -112 as a boost. Seems fishy that they would do that. I'd be curious to hear what book that is. Richard Lee taking the Bucks team total over 119. Same with Q Peso. Let's move on to our next look on the card, that being Heat, Hawks, Miami, Atlanta. Miami opening up at -5.5, now -6.5. This total opening up at 231, dropping down to 229.5. The Heat pace last 5. It was that tough road trip they went on through the Western Conference, 99.40 possessions a game. Hawks pace last 5, 102.34 possessions a game. Hawks allowing 118.9 points a game. Both teams are 4-6 over their past 10 games. That was a tough road trip. That was a very tough road trip for the Heat. And we hammered against them. We faded the Heat in a big way when they went into Utah just before the All-Star break. And they had a great All-Star break, right? Derek Jones Jr., right? Slam dunk contest. Bam wins the skills challenge. Kendrick Nunn puts up 16 in the Rising Stars challenge. Tyler Hero still out. Going to be back soon. Trae Young had a monster All-Star break. I expect him to come rolling. Al Hard says, what is the taint play of the day, Jimmy? It's MSU, Nebraska, under 153.5. MSU, Nebraska, under 153.5. All right, let's keep rolling. We got to get through this NBA card. I'm not making a move on Heat Hawks here. I'm not making a move on Heat Hawks. And Mr. Ghost, you're letting us know that Merce Leakins is going to be in net for the Jackets. All right, let's move on to Hornets, Bulls. Look, we've been cashing on Charlotte Hornets unders, and this total opened up at 209, low for a Bulls total. It's already up to 211. That makes me want to stay off of it. Hornets pace last 5, 29th in the NBA. Bulls pace last 5, 6th in the NBA. And the Bulls are going to be getting, we think, Wendell Carter back, Wendell Carter Jr. That's going to give them the toughness that they've sorely lacked since he's been out with an injury. They're dealing with tons of injuries, right? Porter Jr., Chris Dunn, Lauri Markkanen, all out long-term, all out indefinitely. Hornets changed their mood around with winning 2 games right before the break. They'd won 1 of 14 before that. Hornets entered the break with back-to-back road wins over the Pistons and the Timberwolves. Miles Bridges coming up most valuable player in the Rising Stars Challenge. I like Charlotte, but I do not want to take Charlotte on the road here. If I was going to take them, I would get 4.5 points. That's close. Ski Profit leaning Bulls or over. Ayers on Bulls first quarter -1.5. Sammy B is taking that Miami -6 spot. Daniel Chill Gaming says, do teams defend better after breaks? Yes, I would say that they have a little bit more defensive energy, but do they have the rhythm offensively? Are the players in the right spots when you expect them to be offensively? That's the question. And Prince of the City in the house. Thank you for joining us, Prince of the City. Prince of the City. Another low bagger, this guy out of Philly, coming to Toronto to roll with us in March as well. Coming to party. We're going to catch a couple Raptors games together. Shout out to Prince of the City. Look, I just don't trust the Hornets. I don't trust the Bulls. I don't want to have a lot of action here. First day after the All-Star break. Let's see what Alex Guerrero is saying. Okay, we got some plays of the day. UEFA, El Red Bull, Salzburg over 2.5 and 3. That is the play of the day from our Alex Guerrero. Shout out to Alex Guerrero. Let me copy and paste that. Sammy B saying tread lightly after breaks. I agree with that completely. All right, let's quickly get through these last games. Now, we've done Hornets, Bulls, so we have Nets, Sixers. Philly, I don't know where our guy King Weasel saying 3.5. That's an 8.5 point spread. Philly, 8.5. And this total opening up at 217, now at 215. Philadelphia entered the All-Star break with some momentum, right? They snap a 4-game losing streak. They get some big wins. The Nets won their final 2 games of the break. Kyrie Irving out indefinitely, aggravated shoulder injury. It could be very likely that we don't see Kyrie again until next year when he's lining up beside KD. Sixers pace last 5, 15th in the NBA. Not too fast. That's why this total is going down. Nets, Sixers, 8.5 point favorites. And Astute Chaos says, Jimmy, stay away. Stay away. There's Footy Prime, the podcast. Dan Wong in the house. Say hi to Pedro for me. Dan Wong giving Keith Pedro a shout out. Keith Pedro about to join us here in a second. Okay, I'm staying off this Nets Sixers game. Sixers 25-2 at home, but you want them to cover 8.5 against a Nets team that plays better without Kyrie in the lineup. We've already heard Dinwiddie over 21.5 point props. I do not want to get in the props market until we get through a few games after the break. Next up, we have Grizzlies Kings. Memphis 8-2 in their last 10. Ja leading the way. Grizzlies 111-104 win over Portland Blazers before the All-Star break. Brandon Clark, Canada's own Brandon Clark out of Vancouver, goes for a career high tying 27 off the bench, 12 for 14 from the field. Now the Kings beat the Grizz January 2nd. At that time, these teams were both 13-2. Grizzlies have gone 15-4. Kings have gone 8-11. Kings are going to be introducing Jabari Parker to their lineup. You know, I don't know how that helps them that much. Ski Prophet says Sixers own Nets, leaning Philly. Okay, and King Weasel is at Borgata Sportsbook. Great sportsbook, man. I wish I was there boozing with you. I love that sportsbook there. Okay, so Memphis, Sacramento opening up at -1. Now Memphis -1. Sacramento has no bigs. Alex Len ruled out. We thought he'd be in. He's been ruled out. Rashawn Holmes been out for 1 to 2 weeks. And then they worked Jabari Parker into the lineup. You know what? It makes me feel like this is a move to make on the Grizzlies. Sammy B on Memphis -1. The Grizzlies keep rolling. I expect the Grizzlies to keep rolling here. And here's my first edition on the card. I'm going to jump on the Grizzlies right now. Let's see what I'm getting them at. Grizzlies -1 at -103. That's available at Pinnacle. Grizzlies -1 at -103. Available at Pinnacle. I've made an edition. I think the Grizzlies keep rolling. Then we have Rockets, Warriors. Rockets, as I said earlier, have agreed to terms to Jeff Green and Damari Carroll. I like those guys. I don't know how you don't cheer for this tiny Rocket squad. This is the first team since '63 to not play a player in a full game over 6'6". They've changed since Covington's in the lineup. This team is rolling. I took a hard look at the over. But I could not do that when I broke down this Warriors lineup. I've seen it go from 232.5 to 233.5 to 234. But I don't want it. This could be a backdoor cover for the Warriors as well. So I'm not making a move there. I've made one addition. Memphis Grizzlies -1. Let's quickly – and then I'm going to jump on the taint play of the day, the Nebraska under. Let's grab that right now, and then let's bring in our special guest. Here we go. Nebraska, Michigan State. Where is there? It is Michigan State, Nebraska. Let's get to totals here. Taint play of the day. I am going to tail. That's going to be my only look at this point. And it's gone down from 153.5, but it opened at 151. 152.5 at -105. I'm going to grab that right now. Michigan State, Nebraska, under 152.5 at -105. There you have it. There's my card. So in NHL, I'm on 3 looks. Penguins under 6.5 at -110. Sharks, Devils under 6 at -105. I stayed off the Capitals -1.5, but I did make a move on the Coyotes first period at +146. I think they come out fast. I'm on the over 224 at -115 on the Bucks, Pistons, and I did make the move on the Grizzlies -1. There's Sanka in the house. William Pugh says, Pedro, kill it, boys. William Pugh, a.k.a. Bobby Pantload, attorney at law. William Pugh, a.k.a. Rob Pugh, our guest, our first guest. And now we have episode 7. Thank you for watching Sportsbook Review. This is the Jimmy the Bag Show, and I can't wait to bring out our special guest. Man, does this guy roll here up north. One of the stars of the Nubian Disciples of Pryor down at the Yucks here. That's the hottest show in the country. Can be seen on the Comedy Network, starring in the Just for Laughs Festival, and also Kevin Hart's new Laugh Out Loud Network. His debut comedy album, Grindecology, was the first Canadian comedy album to reach the top spot in iTunes and Google Play in its opening week. And he's a giant basketball fan. Here to join the Jimmy the Bag Show right now. Please welcome to the show, Keith Pedro in the house. Keith Pedro, what up?
Jimmy. I heard your cheers. I heard your number talk. Ooh, Jimmy's got it in the bag today, huh? Woo.
I better. Yesterday was not a good day. So I'm gonna need that cash. NBA is back. I know you're a big basketball guy.
Big basketball fan.
Yeah. You've also, I should give you a big congratulations. You had twins that just had their first birthday.
Yes.
Twins. First birthday. Congratulations. Two boys.
My legacy continues.
It does. What? And you gave one of your boys the middle name Kawhi.
Yes, Akira Kawhi.
Is Kawhi a strong Filipino name?
Absolutely not.
No.
Absolutely not, Jimmy. I think you know this, James. I think you know this. No, but it's not. It's I named it because 2019, born in Toronto. 2019 was the year, man. You can't not name your kid Kawhi if you had it born 2019 in Toronto. Come on, man.
Did you name him Kawhi before he left the Raptors?
No, he was born as it was February, so it was right after All-Star Weekend. He was killing it, and I was like, I don't even care if he leaves. He's the man right now. I didn't even know you were going to win the championships. You know how happy I was when my son's name was a championship? It was crazy because I got my girl pregnant with the twins, and I named one of the twins Kawhi. So it was like one shot, boom, 2 babies from the corner.
That's how Kawhi would have done it.
That's how Kawhi would have done it. I did it silently too. It was a secret fuck. We had to fuck when my other kids were sleeping, so it was very quiet. It's very quiet.
Yeah. Okay, so were you angry when Kawhi left the Raptors?
Absolutely not. Absolutely 10,000% not. He did everything he did, and I mean, like, what can you ask for the guy? You know how many great players have come to Toronto and did not want to play here, and then did not play. He obviously didn't want to play, but he played. He played his ass off, got us a championship. He's like, all right, can I go home now, please? You're like, yeah, you can.
Yeah, I don't hate on him.
I mean, like, who wouldn't move to California? Listen, if I was an NBA star and I lived, born and raised in Toronto, I'm still going to the Clippers after winning a championship in Toronto. Are you serious? I won a championship in the winter. I deserve palm trees, man. I deserve palm trees. I deserve a fucking cell phone plan under $40.
You do. We all do.
Yeah, we all do. Canada, get that shit together, man.
So you still love him just as much as you did?
I actually loved him even before he was a Raptor. Him and Damian Lillard were my favorite players, to tell you the truth. I love Dame Lillard, and I love Kawhi Leonard, and they were my favorite players. And then I found out Kawhi Leonard was traded to the Raptors. I was like, I don't give a fuck if it's a rental. That's the greatest rental. That's like, you know, when you hook up with a really hot chick that you weren't supposed to hook up with, and you're just like, I'm gonna take this.
Yeah, take this one time.
I'm gonna take this one time, put it in the spank bank, and I'm gonna let it go. Yeah. You know, why not?
So can the Raptors win the championship without Kawhi?
Right now, yeah, they're looking great, man. They're looking really good. The only problem is, it's Milwaukee's looking nice.
So nice.
They're looking nice, but then you know what I mean. Like, playoffs is a different game, man. We all know Giannis is like, you know, he has to learn how to hit a fucking free throw. Like, he's talented, but you know, I think what I hope happens is Giannis, either we beat him, or he goes to the Lakers and he loses and he realizes he needs another star, and then he's like, no, fuck it, Toronto, I'm coming there. You know what I mean?
He's talked about that, but that almost sounds too good to be true. I think that if Paul George is healthy, Kawhi's healthy, I'm gonna hammer the Sixers. Excuse me, I'm gonna hammer the Clippers to win the championship. I think the Clippers will beat the Lakers.
I definitely agree to that. I just don't think the NBA is going to let it happen with this whole Kobe thing. I don't. It could be a fucking Game 7, and like it can. Look at these blatant goaltendings that are happening and these blatant non-calls. You think that's not going to happen in the playoffs, man? Come on, bro. I think the NBA, to be honest, is like the WWE, man. They know what's going to happen. They kind of like, you know what I mean? You know what I'm saying? It feels way too scripted, everything.
No, I try not to let that get in my head. I try not to let that get in my head. Trotwam. Our guy Trotwam out of Los Angeles says, "Don't do it, Jimmy." I'm going to do it. I'm going to do it, but I'm going to wait. I'm going to wait until I know that they're healthy. I love the Reggie pickup. I love the Marcus Morris pickup. I mean, this team is.
The Clippers are a good team. They're stacked. They play defense. There's all this, you know what I mean? Like all these rumors that their locker room's not doing well, but you know, Doc Rivers is a fucking pro, man. Doc Rivers will put it together. You got to think, like, when it comes down to it, man, I trust Doc Rivers more than Frank Vogel. You know what I mean?
Without a doubt.
And that's what it comes down to. I really think there's an equal amount of talent on both sides. It's just
Ski Prophet says, "Okay, Jimmy just pissed me off. This guy is smart. Listen, about you being smart." And Dominic Blair says, "It's okay, Ski. He's drunk." About me. Okay.
No, it's fine.
Ski Prophet, one of the best NBA cappers we've ever seen. A spectacular NBA capper in chat. Let's talk more NBA. The winner of the Kobe Bryant MVP award was
Kawhi Leonard. Was he at 9 3-pointers that day? 8 3-pointers?
So smooth. He made it look so easy. What did you think of the new All-Star format?
I don't think you should win off a fucking free throw. Like, if you're gonna go street ball, then that's a check up. That's you foul me, you check up, or inbounded from the side, like NCAA basketball. You know what I mean? Like, don't end on a fucking free throw. Yeah. Can you imagine the guy who like paid for his tickets, or like one guy who like yelled at his wife and he's like, "I'm dumping our life savings on these fucking All-Star tickets" in Chicago, and he does it, and it ends on a fucking free throw. He lost his whole family, and his son's mad at him because he didn't take him to his birthday. You know what I mean? Like, because you know there's someone out there, because when All-Star was in Toronto, man, those tickets weren't cheap. People were losing families that day when they wanted to come into All-Star.
What a bad weekend we had for that. It was minus 34.
But it was minus like 27 there in Chicago.
Oh, really?
I was actually checking the weather. I'm like, let's see. It was fucking cold there too, man.
Oh, that makes me feel a little better.
Of course.
Because we had such a warm winter that year.
Yeah, and it was the worst day.
Oh, God.
But it was the best All-Star weekend. It was Kobe's last All-Star weekend. The skills competition went to a big guy first time, Karl Anthony Towns. The three-point competition was crazy down to the wire. Devin Booker, Klay Thompson, Steph Curry, take home taking, and then the slam dunk competition, and then the All-Star game. Like that was one of the greatest All-Star weekends, and it was in Toronto.
It was spectacular.
It was amazing.
It was a spectacular. And then driving around with all those hoes in their skirts outside minus 35, I felt bad for them. You know.
You know what? They're the real MVP. They're the real MVP.
Yeah, waiting in line at minus 34.
Because there were people out there that were like, I don't know. Like, I was out with some of my buddies and like, I don't know. It's minus 34 out there. It's All-Star weekend. I don't know. I'm not gonna go out. Are we even gonna meet girls? And I was like, dude, if you're gonna meet somebody, this is the time to meet them. You want to meet the girl that goes out in minus 34.
You gotta respect that girl.
You gotta respect her.
Yeah.
You know, shaking and shivering like she's lining up about to meet a fucking social worker.
All having nosebleeds out in the cold.
Nosebleeds.
Speaking of how hard do you imagine these guys party during the All-Star weekend? And I bring it up because in 2001, DC,
Yes.
AI, the
legendary weekend, yes.
72 hours, he says he partied, 72 hours straight. You can't do that unless something's helping you do that. Like you can't just
pussy and cocaine easily.
And he then shows up Sunday, puts up 25 points, nine in the final minute, and was the MVP.
That's why he's the greatest. Allen Iverson, man, listen.
He doesn't come up when you talk top 5, top 10.
He's in my top 3. I love him.
Really?
He's influenced basketball in so much ways. Allen Iverson, this guy, think about this guy. This guy was like 5'11-ish, 6 feet, 160 pounds. And he made MVP. He took a bunch of scrubs to the finals, and the league hated him.
Oh, I love
they
him.
They hated him.
They won game 1. And
yeah.
I remember that. That was so incredible.
But, like, that doesn't happen. That doesn't happen where the league hates you and you take the team to the finals. Look at fucking, they hate Russell Westbrook, and that guy never gets anything.
Never
you
close.
know what I mean?
Justin Grammer says, hoes don't get cold. That's a nice
He's, yeah.
Also, Justin Grammer wants to fuck us up. He says, minus 27, no, is 2 degrees outside. But that's just because they don't understand Celsius.
It's a conversion. 2 outside is still a minus 27 in the rest of the world. But I get you, man.
I didn't know you put AI in your top 3.
Buddy, he's top 3 to me, man.
So like, who's out between LeBron, Kobe,
No, here's the thing about me
MJ.
with basketball. You're weird. All the listeners and watchers, I'm weird with basketball. I love guys that just influenced me as to want to play basketball.
Sure.
Right? So obviously it was Michael Jordan. You know what I mean? Just the takeover nature. I love guys who talk shit. When I found out that how much shit basketball players talk, that was my favorite thing.
Yeah.
You know,
and
basketball.
Tim Duncan was the opposite, right? He was always saying the nicest things to people.
Yeah, but did you hear the Kevin Garnett interview when Kevin Garnett released how he actually talked smash?
No.
Talk trash? No. Kevin Garnett would be like there were just phrases like, "Whoop, nice try." Whoop. Oh, not too shabby. Like, you know what I mean? Like, that's probably the best. But my favorite guys were, I loved Gary Payton.
Yeah.
First point got to win best defensive player. Well, that's hard to fucking do.
That Sonics team with the Rain Man
the glove.
And Detlef. I mean, that was one of my top 3 favorite teams in history.
Man.
I'm from Vancouver, right? So,
yeah, of course. Yeah, Seattle. Yeah, and I remember there was one season where like he would just throw it to the sky and yeah. Rain Man would just catch it.
9 children from 8 different women.
Fuck, that's why I call him Rain Man, man. He's always wet. He's always dripping on these hoes. Hoes never get.
People don't know Larry Bird, 5 children from 5 different women.
Yeah, but he's from Indianapolis. He's fucking bitches and farms, bro. Like, he's just tidy. He has like farms stashed away somewhere. He's like, "Here, come on this dirt road," or it looks like the set of Stranger Things. You know what I mean?
Well, talking about the guys that influenced you in basketball, you've played a lot of basketball in your day. One league you played in was an all Filipino basketball league. I need info on that, man.
I know this was you know what? So a long time ago, if you don't know the Filipino culture, man, back in like World War II, like Americans like settled in and kind of colonized the Philippines, and they changed their sport from soccer to basketball. It became a national sport now. So for some fucking genius reason, Filipinos decided, hey, let's turn this into a thing. Let's actually take this really seriously, even though we cannot reach more than 6 feet. So I guess what happened was Filipinos tried to play basketball. Real white kids, black kids, brown kids, Chinese kids that were just taller, just dummied them. And then they're like, fuck it, let's do leagues. So now my brother was in this all Filipino league. And my mom's like, you want to play basketball? I'm like, yeah, sure. I love basketball. So I go to this gym. It's all Filipino kids. And I didn't really notice. You know what I mean? Obviously, I'm just thinking, oh, it's just... And I noticed it's a all Filipino fucking league. So it was crazy, dude. It was nuts. And it was also sad at the same time because there was one guy that could dunk, but he wasn't even like doing windmills or 360s. He was just grazing the rim. And everybody's like, oh my God, this guy's incredible. Oh my, he's grazing the rim. Do you know in real basketball, that ain't shit? What are you guys talking about? It was the craziest, stupidest league I've ever been. And the best part was you were allowed one like immigrant kid.
Oh, all right.
Yeah, so one white kid. So Jimmy the Bag could be there.
Perfect.
You know, Kevin Garnett if he wanted to, he can play. You know, something like that. And it was funny. And that kid was obviously the center and was dumbing it. The center point guard who took up the ball, took over everything.
I was in Vietnam. I saw the Saigon Heat play. The Saigon Heat, and they allowed 2 non-Vietnamese players, and they were about 6'9". They both went for like 30 points, 30 boards, and 10 blocks. It was just them running up the court. No one else was touching the ball.
They were the only ones in the jerseys that didn't have the last name Nguyen. Just or Pham with a PH. Yeah.
So you also played for an all comics basketball team.
Yeah, Comedy Records. Shout out to Barry Taylor.
Yeah.
Shout out to that. That was really fun. I don't know why you don't do that. And he has a tournament too.
Who is better, the comics or the Filipinos?
Oh, Filipinos. Comics are out of shape, bro. Are you serious? We go on the road. We eat fucking A&W and Wendy's all day, like en routes and beef jerky and fucking, pints.
Yeah.
And
pints
then
in the morning.
But like the serious Filipino basketballers are like really serious. That's their life, and it's pretty sad. But whatever. But the comedy was really fun.
Who is the best stand-up comic basketball player that you played with?
Yo, if there's any stand-up comics watching right now, I'll tell you it's me. Me. I carried that team. No, I'm joking. No, there's a lot of. I could probably tell you I'll be the best like point guard out of all the comics. I'll dribble the shit out of anybody.
Sure.
But Arthur Simeon's nice. Josh Elijah's nice. He's wet. That guy can shoot. Jared Campbell, man, big drip. That guy's a poor man's Klay Thompson. He's nice with it.
Yeah.
Tim Golden is really good too.
Yeah, have you played with John Dort?
No.
Okay, I heard he can play, but I'd like
Kyle Hickey. Kyle Hickey is nice too. Yeah. He's that guy's unbelievable. But the best basketball player that does comedy in Canada, I would have to say, is Alan Shane Lewis. This guy could dunk, do windmills.
Have you played with my guy Sonny Dollywall?
I heard Sonny Dollywall is nice, but he hasn't showed up to these leagues, man.
He's
Floyd Mayweathering it right now. He's ducking the fight, man. He's ducking the fight, dude. We're like, yo, Sonny, come up. I know Sonny's nice. He's tall, and he's got a good sneaker game. Anytime you see a tall guy with good sneakers, his footwork in the paint is heavy.
What do you think of Dennis Rodman's relationship with Kim Jong-Un?
Man, but does it surprise you, though? That's the question. It doesn't surprise me, man.
If Kim Jong-Un was like, Jimmy, roll through North Korea, I'll send a jet, we'll do it upright, I would be so all over it.
100%.
My best friend. I'm down.
110%.
I mean,
why not?
Would you care more about like partying in the most
forbidden
spots, or someone who's bringing their country down?
Here's the thing, man. I don't live in a country, so it's not hurting me. I know how bad as it may seem. Like I don't wear a cape. I'm not a hero. I'm not here to save lives. But if motherfuckers like, yo, man, I'll put you on a private jet. We'll have some fucking Korean barbecue and do whatever we do, and you know what I mean.
I heard coronavirus slipped into North Korea though. Once that gets in, it might not get out.
That's it. Yeah, it's over. And then I'm wondering what he's gonna tell people where it's from. You know what I mean? Like, imagine what he tells me. There's a virus that's killing people. It is from the white man. The white man's killing us all. Or something. It's the Americans.
Yeah, it's a Trump virus.
Yeah, it's a Trump virus.
Okay, let's talk about a couple other spots. If we're going to stay in Asia, I had Starburys. I liked Stephon Marbury a lot.
Starbury was one of my favorite dudes, man. I loved fucking Coney Island's finest.
So this guy, in 2009 with the Celtics, he goes for 3.8 points, 3.3 assists, 1.2 boards. Heads over to China. His first season,
he's the center, by the way. He's the center now.
First season, he goes for 29.5 points, 9.5 assists, 5.9 boards. He takes over the league.
They have a statue of him.
They have a statue of him, yeah,
they have
in Beijing for the Beijing Ducks.
Yeah.
Yeah, Starbury. So he's just going to stay in Shanghai. Why come back? Why go back to New York?
Because of coronavirus? No, I'm joking. No. Yeah, I don't know, man. But, like, that's such a weird thing, though. Like, imagine, like, taking your kids out to New York and you're lining up just for a sandwich, but you're like, wait till we get to Beijing, son. Wait till we get to Beijing. They'll know who the fuck I am. Yeah, I don't know. I think, you know what, man, like, he was nice. Stephon Marbury was nice. I honestly think he didn't have to leave, I think, but, do you want to be a big fish in a small pond? Or, like, it's up to you, man. He maybe had a bigger ego than intention. Maybe intention was to be a man, and that's what his end goal was, to play basketball. Maybe he made enough millions, and then was like, fuck it. He had his signature and one shoe.
But he's a hero in China.
Yeah.
They were sobbing when he retired. He was crying, kissing the floor. He just retired last year.
Yeah, apparently. But you know what? Stephon Marbury is like, he was the, he came out the same year as Allen Iverson. So, like, people.
That draft class was unbelievable.
Unbelievable, man. If you think about that draft class
Nash
to
was
this
in
day.
that draft class,
Kobe Bryant was in that draft class.
13th overall, Kobe goes.
There was guys who were nice with it that they got injured. You know what I mean? Like, remember Kerry Kittles? Mm-hmm. That guy was dope.
Yeah, I remember him. I accidentally called George Kittle in the Super Bowl video. I was like, and Kerry Kittle's going to get the ball. And I was like, what the fuck, who's Kerry Kittle? I didn't play since 2005.
Kerry Kittle. Is that a fucking guy on a Family Channel?
One story of the great Paul Pierce that isn't talked about is what he got through as a 22-year-old.
Yeah.
Paul Pierce was bottled, stabbed 11 times in the club by a Boston rap group named Made Men, who didn't make it. They
had one good song with the Locks, I must say. It was on a mixtape that I have back in 2001.
So Pierce gets bottled and stabbed 11 times. Tony Battle supposedly saved his life, got him to the hospital. Then he plays every game of the 2000-2001 season. What if Paul Pierce doesn't get enough love?
That's gangster, man.
Yeah.
Can you imagine if they just stabbed him out of the club and they just wheeled out the freaking bike that he did in the NBA Finals? And he's like, no, it's okay, I can do it. He just comes out. But what the crazy thing is, though? If that happened to you, I'm sorry to say this, but you deserved it. He had to have done something. No one gets stabbed that many times. No one's like, you piece. Maybe I shouldn't do this. No, you're really
11
mad.
times.
11 times. Someone's going in 11 times. You know what I'm saying? You have to have done something bad. You know what I mean? I don't think one stab is like, you piece of shit, don't touch my girlfriend's ass, and then it's like, you touch my girl. Wait a minute, why am I doing this? This is, you know what I mean?
4 or 5, you're like,
4 or 5, this is enough. To actually hate someone to stab them that many times. It's 11 times. That's fucking, like, dude, that's more fingers.
Our guy Melvin B here says that Tommy's theme is the name of the song "Locks and Made Men."
That's right. That was.
Is the truth.
That's right. That is Melvin, bro. That track was fire, was it not?
Melvin's the truth.
It had like the steel pan sample. It was a great track. I used to, right?
Yeah, man. We'll get that shit pumping here in a second. All right.
Yeah.
Do you follow the Canadian basketball players on the map right now?
Yes.
Who's your favorite Canadian basketball player?
Oh,
and
man.
who's the best Canadian basketball player of all time?
What's his name? SGA Gilgeous-Alexander?
Yeah,
SGA?
Yeah.
The kid from Hamilton?
Yeah.
That guy's nice.
He's incredible.
He's nice, man. I love that kid, man. I went to 5 different high schools, and one of the high schools I went to was Vaughan Secondary, and that was the same school as Andrew Wiggins. And I used to see this kid with his dad like do workouts, and everybody's like, "Yo, that's so and so Wiggins. You went to the NBA." I'm like, no fucking guy in the NBA is at Dufferin and Steele's Community Center. Like, you know what I mean? Like, so it was weird for me to see that, but I'm very disappointed at how his career turned out. To tell you the truth, man. Like, he had so much potential. Like, my son wants to be an athlete, and I tell him all the time. I'm like, Andrew Wiggins once scored 100 points in a game, and now he's just a nobody. I'm like, dude, to be an athlete, you have to be amazing just to be mediocre. You know what I mean?
He's a nobody with 100 mil.
But he made his money. But I think that right now my favorite is that kid Shai.
Yeah.
And then I like Jamal Murray too. Jamal Murray is fun. Even his whole his interviews and stuff, man. I like that kid. He's from Waterloo or something.
Yeah.
You know, there's a lot of talent, man.
It's almost all here in Ontario. Very few coming out from the West. We have.
But the best
Brandon
is
Clark.
from the West. The best is from the West. Steve Nash, man, come on. He's the best.
Yeah.
He's the best kid to come out of Canada by far right now.
I have an autographed Nash jersey, but it's a Lakers jersey.
No, that means something. That still means something.
I keep it in the corner of my closet.
Because
if it was a Suns jersey, it'd be the oddest thing.
No, but it's a good player, good team. You know what I mean? It meant a lot. Not a lot of people will know that.
Oh, we got JB in the house, Junior Brown, the great basketball analyst and also a basketball coach, and he agrees. He says,
yes, is the best Canadian in the league. This guy got a 20-10 game. Jesus Murphy.
My guy Nilo saying this guy has to come back. Awesome guest. We have Keith Pedro in the house right now.
I love Junior back. Yeah.
Check out his album, Grindecology.
Yeah, it's a play on words. Grindecology. You know.
Where are you next? Where are you playing next?
I'm actually doing Queen Elizabeth Theater this all weekend with the homie Theo Vaughn. So I don't know if you guys are big fans of Theo Vaughn. He's doing his tour, his Dark Arts tour. Yeah. So I'm opening up for him.
Oh, beautiful.
Yeah,
Queen
man.
Elizabeth Theater. How many seats?
Ooh, I think it's like 600 seats.
Beautiful.
It's from Thursday to Saturday. So I'm doing that.
Beautiful.
And then, yeah, man.
And are you on the Nubian Disciple show this
I am on Sunday, Nubian show this Sunday.
That's this Sunday.
That's this Sunday coming up.
This Sunday.
This fucking Sunday. Sunday.
Nice. Keith Pedro in the house.
Yeah, this was fun, man.
Oh,
this was fun.
You gotta come back.
The viewers at home, thank you guys. You guys are great, man. This is fucking dope. This guy, Jimmy the Bags, got it in the bag.
You know what? It helps rolling with guys like you, man. I'm gonna come through on Sunday.
Roll through, man. You gotta meet my boy White Cheddar, man. He might be there. My boy White Cheddar might be there.
White Cheddar's dead, man.
I don't know. You never know. He might show up. White Cheddar might show up. Dope ass rapper from out west. You guys gotta check out White Cheddar. All in the sea.
It's dead, man. Man, I love it. All right, let's do a quick review of my action on this card. Here, Penguins under 6.5 at -110.
Boom.
Devils Sharks under 6 at -105. Both those market moves have gone against me.
What?
Yeah. Coyotes plus 146 first period, going for a nice score there. And then in the association, over 224 in Bucks Pistons. That is a spot. What do you think? What do you think of the Bucks' pace here? They're playing 107.5 possessions a game. That's 16 more than the Pistons are getting. Do you think, even though that they're on the road, that the road team can dictate pace? You usually think that the home team will dictate pace, but is it the best?
Bucks is a good team. Bucks is a good team, man. They're mentally sound, and I love the fact that Chris Middleton has got buck teeth too, so they should just call it just the buck teeth boys. Because Chris Middleton's teeth is jacked. Like, you know what I mean? Like, this guy's got a fucking. You got a new contract, man. Go to the dentist, bro. You're an all-star now, Chris. Damn it, dude. That's why they're winning. This motherfucker's smiling while people are taking free throws. They're like, oh, shit. That's his teeth.
Liberty Finders now named his play of the day after your Spank Bank comment. So he's got the Spank Bank.
Nice.
Today, Mr. Gokster sending you out love. Also, Rob Pugh sending you
out love.
William Pugh. Astute Chaos saying
Pugh.
Keith Pedro, the GOAT.
Wow. Thank you.
Keith Pedro. We got Dave Burke in the chat. Our guy. Very fun.
Gorgeous, handsome man. Gorgeous, handsome man, Dave Burke. Oh, fuck.
Is he really?
I love that dude,
man.
William Pugh, though, man. Yeah. I saw that dude on that show, The Boys. Killed that shit. Killed that shit. Billy Pugh,
Bobby Panload, man. Tell zero jokes. I'm also on the Memphis Grizzlies. Jean Morant, is he first ballot Hall of Famer?
This guy's is incredible, bro. You see how long his arms are? He can scratch his knees without bending over. This guy is the best. And what I love about this kid is he's talking shit, too. He's dumbing teams and talking shit. The fact that he brought the fucking Memphis Grizzlies in playoff contingency, like, why is he not an all-star? You know what I mean? Why is he?
Yeah, they force the rookies to earn their way in,
which is good. Which is what you should do. But like this guy, I feel like he's playing beyond rookie talent. This guy's.
He's incredible. 20 or more points, 3 of the last 4 games. He had a 27-point, 10 rebounds.
But you know what the crazy thing is? We didn't even know this guy's name last year. I didn't even know who the hell this guy was.
The Murray State?
I didn't know. Everything was Zion this, Zion that. Yeah, no, I feel you. And this guy came out here and was like, "Fuck Fat Boy, I got this."
Fat Boy's getting skinnier, but we'll wait and see.
No, he's gonna do good. He's gonna do. He could go. his career can end tragically or be amazing. You know, it's not going to be. Who knows?
I think Ja's first ballot Hall of Famer, and I think that when it's all said and done, he's going to have a better career and better stats than Zion.
100%, but he has to stay healthy. That's the only thing. He has to stay healthy. But I
don't worry about Ja staying healthy. I worry more about Zion staying healthy.
Yeah, but Ja, the way Ja's playing, though, man, like, he thinks, because there's always that sophomore year, man. Look what happened to Jason Tatum. Look what happened to Spider Mitchell. Like, they went in and, you know, their body got beat up, you know? So it's all about the sophomore year. So,
I feel you.
You know?
I feel you. Thank you so much, man. Keith Pedro in the house. Thanks, my guy.
Yo,
man. What a treat.
Respect, dog. Love this shit. I'm going to take one of these hats for the road.
Yeah, for sure, man. For sure. Keith Pedro, check him out. Queen Elizabeth Theater all weekend. And also this Sunday, Nubian Disciples of Prayer. Check out his album, Grindecology.
Instagram, at Keith Pedro. Twitter, at Keith Pedro. Very easy, very simple. You know, Keith like Keith Primo. Pedro like vote for Pedro. That's what it is.
I feel you. Let's
Thank
get
you,
that
Bags.
cash. Let's have a big day today. Big day. Tomorrow we have Ian Sirota joining the show. But most importantly, Leche, Los Bookmakers.